What if I told you that everything you think you know about being lucky is completely wrong? Everybody tells me I'm a lucky guy. I'm 101 years old, still breathing, still talking. Don't you believe it? I'm Frank. I was born in the 1920s. I fought in World War II when I was just 18 years old, facing death every single hour for almost a year straight. I came home. I built a career. I married the love of my life for 65 years. And now I sit here, alone, looking at my hands and wondering if tomorrow they'll still work. You want to know what 101 years feels like? It's no fun. Too many things get taken away from you as you get very old. The things I used to be able to do, I don't do anymore. I get out of breath now. I'm slowly giving things up, and I know I've lost a great deal. But here's the thing. Nobody tells you about living this long. The worst things you've seen, the worst things you've done, they never leave. They're still right here. They were here when I held my wife's hand as she died. They were here last night when I couldn't sleep. They'll be here tomorrow. I need to tell you what war really takes from you. Not because I want your pity, but because I'm running out of time, and someone needs to understand. Let me take you back. Way back. The only event of any consequence from my childhood. Well, there was one thing. We had a group of kids, and since there was no traffic back then, we could walk to the elementary school, maybe 4 or 5 blocks away. One of the kids, a boy, I can still see his face. When we got out of school after lunch, there was a cold truck coming toward us, and he said, "You see that truck? I can beat it across the street." Well, unfortunately, he didn't. That was the first death I ever experienced. I was 6, maybe 7 years old, over 90 years ago now. But I remember it like it was yesterday. Here's the strange thing. We didn't know anything about death back then. The next day we waited for him. He didn't show up. We didn't know why. And I think after one day we forgot about him. That's how things go. But in later years I could see it, And can you imagine? The truck driver's horror, to run over a little boy. I never thought about that as a child. I think about it now at 101. Strange what sticks with you. My parents were very good to me. I was never hit by anything. I thought that's a pretty good parent. Most people were hit at that time. When I speak to others, their moms and dads would slap them or the like. But my mother, she had this thing she used to say to me that I didn't understand, but I was scared out of my wits. She'd say, "If you're a bad boy, I will tell your father and he will open his eyes at you." To this day, I don't know what she meant by that, but it worked. Then came the war. I joined the 821st Tank Destroyer Battalion. I was 18, maybe 19. In April of 1944, we shipped to England. And after that, I was constantly in combat for the next 10 and a half, maybe 11 months. The day you know you're going into combat, saying goodbye to your family, your friends, knowing you may not see them again, it only hits you when you get into it. The first night we were in combat, there was a big firefight. To this day, I hate fireworks, because I saw all the fireworks I ever want to see in that war. That night we heard shouting off to the left. We couldn't see anything. Pitch black. We heard this shouting, and everybody opened up. We were all trigger happy, shooting at the sound. In the morning we found our first casualty. We killed him. So-called friendly fire. But let me tell you something. Friendly fire is as devastating and damaging as enemy fire. That was our first night. I remember leaning against the bogey wheels of a tank, looking at my hands and saying to myself, "Is it possible that tomorrow they won't be working?" All the guys were quiet. Everybody was scared, wondering what it was all about. Would they survive? Some didn't. Some didn't. Was there a moment when I thought I wasn't going to survive? I never thought I was going to make it through combat. Never. I surprised myself. But what I learned about myself, well, I probably shouldn't say this, but I will. I believed in God when I went into the army, a comforting God. But death was haphazard over there. A shell lands 3 feet to the left, you live. 3 feet to the right, you're gone. There was no rhyme or reason. So I began to have my serious doubts. Those doubts were confirmed later in the war when we liberated a concentration camp. That was the most horrible thing I've ever seen. I won't describe it to you. I can't. But standing there, looking at what human beings had done to other human beings, I lost any thought of there being a God. What do I wish people knew about war? That it's not what you see in textbooks or movies. People have to realize, it's a terrible moment in life. It's terror actualized. Watching people get killed. The devastation it does to all humanity. As a matter of fact, you actually become a part of this terrible nonsense. Your feelings, your humanity is affected by it. You kill people, and when you do, the very act of killing removes everything that an individual has. Everything. It's a terrible feeling, particularly the first time. After a while, it becomes easier. But there's nothing like it. I can't delve deep enough into it. But to take away the life and the humanity of an individual, whether directly or indirectly, is a terrible, terrible thing. Anything is better than being in the army. Let me tell you. My advice? Don't go. After the war, I came home, built a life, became a CPA, then a lawyer, did entertainment law, movies, Broadway, all of it. My wife and I used to go to all the Broadway openings and the opening night parties. Some of the movies too, if they opened in New York. Hey, I had 50 years of that. The only difficulty was we got home, maybe 2 out or 3 out in the morning, and I had to get up and be in the office when it opened. Did I love it? I enjoyed it. I developed a good reputation. That was important. But here's what I never did. I never kept a journal. Lamentably, no. I wish I had. Believe me, I am sorry. I wish I could open a diary now and look back and see what life was. See what I thought on a particular day. Write things down. Please. Because 80 years from now you'll want to remember. Were my 65 years of marriage happy? Look, no marriage is happy. Not completely. It has its ups and downs. You can't live with somebody and not, from time to time, have some quarrel. And sometimes it's over nothing. But I married the one girl I wanted. I hope she married the one guy she wanted. But I'm not sure about that. What was it about her? I can't give away those secrets. She was everything I wanted in a wife. We struck it off. We did it for 65 years, and it was too short. February 1st, 2019. She died. I've been alone ever since. 65 years wasn't bad, but not long enough. Would have been nicer if we could have done it to 85 or 95. But I have to take 65. How do you get to 65 when most relationships don't last? I think love is the acceptance of an individual, wholeheartedly, without reservation, and the willingness to accommodate when sometimes the chips are down. That's it. That's the secret. Here's what I've learned after 101 years. Life isn't fair. You think it is when you're young. You think if you work hard, if you do the right things, life will reward you. But it doesn't work that way. Some people die early. Throughout life, you're always going to meet adversity. There's no way of avoiding it. So you might as well live with it. Whatever mistakes you make in life, they stay with you forever. And you never forgive yourself. But on the other hand, what are you going to do? You made them. You've got to live with them. Here's what I want you to understand. First, treat people the way you want to be treated. Sometimes the Bible is right. Do unto others as you would have others do unto you. I think that's a terrific thing. People don't do it that way. But I've tried throughout my life to be observant, to try to treat people as nicely as I could. If we in this world were all doing that, we'd be in better shape than we are now. Second, respect money. The only thing I can't stand with young people today is they don't have respect for money. My grandson the other day said he's coming to see me. Great. And he's going to take a car. It's only $50 for the day. Well, to me, $50 is still a lot of money. You think money doesn't matter? Wait until you don't have it. Wait until you're 101 and you're watching your savings disappear while your body falls apart. Third, keep going, even when you want to quit. I always said I would never retire until I got it right. And at age 80, I knew I was never going to get it right. So I retired. That's pretty good, isn't it? But the point is, I tried. For 80 years, I tried. You have to keep trying, even when you know perfection is impossible. Fourth, and this is the most important thing I can tell you, don't go to war. I don't mean just the army. I mean, don't fight battles that will destroy you. Don't sacrifice your humanity for anything. Not for money, not for success, not for revenge, not for your country. The things you do in those moments, they stay with you. The people you hurt, the damage you cause, you carry it forever. If you could go back to your 25-year-old self and give him one piece of advice, what would you say? Don't go. That's what I'd tell myself. Don't go. I'm not just talking about the army. I'm talking about every path that leads away from the people who love you. Don't go down roads that take you from your family for years at a time. Don't go into battles that will leave pieces of yourself scattered across continents. Don't go chasing things that sound important, but leave you alone in a room at 101, wondering if your hands will work tomorrow. Don't go. I'm 101 years old now. Most days I don't feel lucky. I feel tired. Everybody says I'm a lucky guy. They see 101 years and think that's some kind of prize. But you know what I think about? I think about that boy who tried to beat the truck across the street. Gone in an instant. I think about the soldier we killed that first night because we were scared and couldn't see in the dark. I think about the concentration camp and what people are capable of doing to each other. I think about my wife. Every single day. Here I am, and I haven't figured out a way to get out of it yet. Nobody will provide me with an easy exit. So I keep on going. That's what you do. You keep going. If you're young, and believe me, compared to me, you're young, I want you to hear this. You think you have time. You don't. You think you'll get around to telling people you love them. You won't. You think there will be a perfect moment. There won't be. Tonight, call someone you love. Not tomorrow. Tonight. Hug someone who matters to you. Actually hug them. Hold on. Stop fighting battles that don't matter. And for God's sake, or whatever you believe in, write things down. Keep a journal. Because in 80 years, you'll want to remember what you thought, what you felt, who you were. I'm running out of time. But you're not. Not yet. So what are you going to do with yours?